Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Hank Strange. This is Stranger Palooza, and we are here at the 2021 Ocala RV show, where we're actually in the Sunshine State RV booth here, and we have Jim from Renegade RV. And I wanted to talk to you guys about the leap between Class B, that's usually what I do here on the channel, and the C. There's like this little bridge in between that everyone's calling B plus or B extra or whatever it is.
B plus, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what you guys are making here, right?
Yeah, exactly. So obviously we know the B van is a van conversion.
Built within the floor plan of the van.
Yeah. Exactly. Then we have a Class C, which is going to be a van cutaway with a cab over. So you're going to have a bunk over the top. And you see the extension of the Class C over here. Now, what you're talking about with a B plus is, I would zoom in over here. And you're going to see where the cab itself, or the cap, does not come all the way over the windshield. Okay, so we call this an aero cap. And so that means the bed is not up there where it is on the Class C. So we put more cabinets up there, whatnot. So that's kind of in a category of its own that people are calling a B plus.
Yeah. So technically, for the purists out there, these are C's, because when you take the chassis and you have a box that you can build inside of and customize it, and you get more space. That's a C. That's what. So they're both, to me, they're C's. But I get, marketing or to maybe to get folks to click in and take a look at these. We're calling them B plus. The B would basically be like this, like we said, where it's like a rolling chassis. You've got your footprint in there, and you have to build everything inside. So that makes these a lot of times more expensive than the C's, which are bigger and often have more features, right? So let's say someone's been in B's for a while, and they feel like, I still want to drive something that's easy to drive, but I need more room. Then they go up to a C or a B plus or whatever you want to call it.
Correct, exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you get the same platform or engine or whatnot with the Class C. It just comes to us instead of a whole van coming to us. It just is a cab and a rail, and then we build the house on it.
Yeah,
so
it's easier to build, and you can
Exactly.
give it to the end customer more affordably.
Yep,
right, with more features on it. So at Renegade, and I think are you guys calling these the Villagio? Is that?
Yep, it's called the Villagio, Renegade Villagio.
Yeah, so give us the rundown. What's different from what you're doing with these Villagios versus what else is out there?
Sure, absolutely. We always talk about the Renegade way, and it's just the way we do things, the quality we do it. If you go to some of our competitors, you see the plant workers, they're just running from unit to unit and they're really going crazy with that, right? And here at Renegade, they're taking their time, doing it right. We're not worried about quantity, we're worried about the quality of the build.
Less mistakes.
Less mistakes, right. So that's what
less downtime when you get it, something that has to go back. I'm sure you guys stand behind it.
Yeah, we're good at building coaches. We're not worried about pushing them all out the door. We get done what we can get done in the time period that we're allotted. So.
Okay, so floor plan wise, what's the difference with these for folks who are looking at it? Like, what's the big difference is over like what we've got here, and then here?
Sure, the unit right behind me here is our full wall slide with a cab over. So it's a 25-foot FWC.
Right, so there's a bed right here.
So you have the bed. The one right in front of it is our rear Murphy bed model.
Okay.
With a cab over. So it's an RMC, 25 RMC. And then the one to my right here is the same floor plan, the rear Murphy bed, but with the aero cap. So it's called an RML. Okay. So that's going to differentiate. So if you want the Murphy bed floor plan, it's available with a cab over or an aero cap. If you want the full wall slide floor plan, again, available with, they just have the cab over here, but it's also available with a aero cab.
So you have some options. So the aero cabs, are they easier to drive, more economic? Like, what's the...
Not really. It just depends on if you want extra sleeping.
You don't need that footprint.
Yeah. Yeah, really. I mean, you might get it.
Yeah.
Minimal, but you're not going to be able to differentiate.
Okay, so for the sake of this, we'll run into those if we get a chance and show you guys. How about we go in here and show folks what they're getting? Same Mercedes up front, right? We can start there.
Same Mercedes up front. Exactly.
Okay, so the steps here pop out.
Yep. So first thing you're going to notice are the quickie steps that pop up. Most manufacturers use those, but the one thing you should have noticed is that you did not move much on them. There's no bounce or springiness to it. And we had talked to our rep on who sells them to us, and we said, are we getting a different step than everyone else? Because ours don't move when you walk on them and others do. And they said, no, you just install them better.
Okay.
Right? So it's just that
That's how you install it.
Right,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
Then you'll notice there's one internal step because our batteries are in an outside compartment.
Okay.
So they're not inside your coach, but it allows us to have more stability when you're walking in. But it also gives you a little bit more internal floor space than the competition.
Right. So there's a little step down to get into the cockpit here, but you're still basically driving a Mercedes Sprinter.
Yep. It's that's a nice thing is, and I just said this to the customer I was just talking to, is, you know, the Mercedes is a Mercedes, right? And so our Mercedes is not better than their Mercedes because they're the same cutaway chassis, right? But one thing that we do differently than the other Sprinter cutaway chassis in this segment that I'm aware of is we've figured out a way to integrate side cameras. Into,
yeah, because I was looking to see if you had an extra screen.
We don't. We're the only ones that use it integrated into the Mercedes MBUX system right in the dash.
Okay.
And then there's another button underneath the steering wheel, just to the left of that white label at the bottom there. And that button allows you to press that button and it allows you to put the rear camera on while driving, and it stays on until you switch it.
Oh, cool.
You can also put the left camera on and leave that on the whole time. If you're in a construction zone or something like that,
You want to see what's around you.
Right, so you can toggle from left camera to right camera to rear camera and then to the actual system of Mercedes, whether it's your navigation, your stereo, whatnot. So
that's nice.
all done
Yeah,
there.
that makes it. I think that looks a lot better.
Yep.
It doesn't look like there's any aftermarket, but you do have an extra feature.
Yeah, because we're not allowed to modify the Mercedes chassis, but these are things that we were able to do that didn't violate their policies.
So this is certified. Someone can take this into Mercedes and have it serviced. Okay, awesome.
Then you'll also notice these seats here do swivel around and become part of your living space as well.
Oh, very nice.
Okay.
Yeah, and then is this a lagoon table you have here?
Yeah, we call it a cab table. What it is we were able to mount.
It's like a smaller version or a different version of a lagoon table.
Yeah, so it mounts right here on a bracket, and it just slides down, so it's easy to put on, easy to take off.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then you can bolt it, just tighten it down. You're good to go.
If you don't want it, but if you want to have some things here, that's nice.
Yep. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I'll point out also is when we're talking about the B plus versus the Class C, again, yes, technically they're the same because they're still a cutaway chassis. But this is what you get with a B plus. It's going to be cabinets up here on the front, give you storage here. Where
Big cabinets.
Right, big cabinets.
I mean,
right?
really big.
Nice and
A
deep.
lot of storage.
It's where we put kids for timeout. No, kid. So, so you're good to go there. You got lights in there, everything.
Yeah, and I like that it's all felt inside.
Right, exactly.
To keep things
keeps you
from
protected.
moving around.
And we just go overkill on the
hardware.
actual hardware there. It
Yeah.
just keeps it up. We just make sure that they don't drop down. It's all hardwood, maple. Your maple styles. You don't have the paper wrap. You have nice hardwood doors.
So to go back to the theme of the B plus, you guys are designing these now with the B plus in mind. It's not just marketing, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You are thinking about the customer, kind of like they want to be, but they want more space.
Absolutely.
But they like these things about the B, right? Because definitely here, this is like a full-on house. Very open feeling in here.
Absolutely.
So this is a slide out. Are all of these have a slide out?
Yeah, all of our floor plans have a slide out.
Okay.
This one is basically the full length up till the bathroom, and then the bathroom takes up the whole back side of the unit.
Okay.
And then our other floor plan is a full wall slide. So from the front cab all the way to the rear wall, it all slides out.
Okay.
So then the bathroom shifts over to this corner here. Then.
Yeah.
So
yeah, this is very nice. And if you're looking to do the home office thing, you can use this. If you're fine with if you want a bigger footprint like this, tons of storage in here. And then so these seats here, people can actually sit in this while you're driving. I see seat belts.
Seat belts. You got two seat belts back here.
Yeah. Movie theater style chairs.
Yep, theater seats. Exactly. And then
Very nice.
what's nice here is we have the jackknife sofa.
Okay.
So if you just want seating you've got 4 seats back here. Now there aren't seat belts here, so you know in travel,
can't travel with people.
Right, exactly. But what's nice is this is a jackknife sofa, but then you pull the handle here and the legs come up.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Okay.
So you've got that, which is a nice feature.
Yeah. So these do that also.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Very
Exactly.
nice. Okay. Cool.
So
and then you just push it back down, or you have to pull it.
Yeah, you have to give it a little push that way.
Okay. Back down. Yeah.
Yep. So
Yeah,
good
it'll
to go.
kick you in the shins. So I know I see there's a Murphy bed here.
Exactly.
How many people can you sleep in this? You can transport 4. Can you sleep 4?
Yeah, you can definitely sleep. Well, actually,
I mean, you've got open space
if we
here.
have the cab over, then for sure you can sleep 4.
You can sleep 4, right?
Because the cab over bunk can handle
Right.
400 pounds. Okay,
But none of this converts out into a bed.
It's not a bed there, but you could obviously sleep in recliners, or one person could sleep across here like a sofa. So I would say it probably sleeps 3.
Or put a blow up right
Right.
here. I mean, it's a big
Yeah, you
floor
got plenty of room for a
Yeah,
blow
you
up.
can put a couple of blow ups here if
Yeah.
you really need to. So then, go ahead.
All right, so I'll demo the Murphy bed.
Right.
One thing you'll notice here is it's nice and clean. We don't have legs that you have to mess around with and put out.
And this is a hard surface, so if you wanted to, you could mount things up here, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
You should be able to. You just have
Yeah.
to be careful because it's going to come down
It's
over
gonna
the
come
top
down
of
on the
here.
leather,
you don't want
yeah.
something, once you lay it down, you know,
It's digging
wherever you
into
mount
it.
it, right?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
yeah.
But you could put a nice poster
Yeah,
or
sure.
something like that if
Sure.
you really want to.
Yep, exactly. So
Yeah, okay.
basically, when it comes to making the Murphy bed,
Okay.
the first thing you do is just take these armrests off.
Okay.
Okay. I always lay them here with the with the peg. Yep.
There we go.
Peg straight up. That way you're not worried about snagging anything.
Okay.
But you'll notice it's solid and hard. So instead of putting legs out, we go ahead and lay the Murphy bed down on the sofa itself.
Oh, okay. So this is the base.
So the first thing you have to do, or the second thing I guess, because you put the armrest down, is you need to make it into the jackknife bed.
Boom.
Okay, so you lay that down. Then you come over here and you unlock that side, unlock this other side if you want to do that for me there.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then
Pull this down.
the trick is grabbing the mattress when you're.
Oh, okay.
Because otherwise the mattress will stay up there.
Okay. I don't think I grabbed. Okay, I got
There
it.
you go.
Yeah,
All
there
right.
you go.
So drop it down. So
Okay.
you've got everything here.
Nice
You've got-
bed. This is not a king, but it seems pretty big,
Right,
right?
it's bigger than a queen, smaller than a king. It ends up being 65 inches wide.
Okay.
Where a king's gonna be 70, a queen's gonna be 60, so it's right in the middle there. So I would just suggest using like a king size sheet and
Yeah.
fold it
and then
under.
tucking it in. Yeah. So
Yep.
nice bed right here.
Yeah. And if
Yeah.
you wanted a little bit extra length, if you're a taller gentleman, if you look back here, you'll see we have a pad that stays back there.
Oh, okay.
You could go ahead and get another pad and pull this out
Oh, yeah. I see.
and slip that other pad in.
Yeah.
You know, then you have almost an 80-inch long
Yeah,
bed.
nice.
So then it's almost like a true
Yeah.
king, right?
And you
So
still have room, and you've got storage
Some
here,
storage
a little
back
bit of
here.
storage
Yep.
for stuff here. Very nice.
your light switches, everything right there
Yeah,
by the bed.
everything's here.
Yeah.
Cool. So, and then it's just as easy to put back up.
Yeah, going up is even easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flip it,
Flip it and lock
push it in.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
awesome. And then
That's
you just
done. Then you
fix this
jackknife.
back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Then you
cool.
Put the arms in. Yeah.
Even I could do this. There we go.
You're a
Boom.
professional. Don't try this at home, right?
You have to be licensed. So we've got so one of the beauties of this, you got a full-size kitchen here. You got a full-size garbage.
Right. And again, you see the
storage
quality
cabinet.
of the wood drawers.
Yeah.
Soft closed drawers.
Yeah. Nice big sink.
We have the LG solid surface countertops. This is the other thing that's pretty cool. It stows away, but it's called our power tower.
Yeah, power
Right.
tower.
So this comes up, locks in place.
Nice.
Got your USBs, your
Yeah,
110s.
that's cool.
Yep.
I like those. We should see those in more vehicles. So you've got propane
Propane. Yep.
propane stove here. That's nice, and more drawers, and storage here, and then for like an RV, a big fridge, right? Like
Yep.
a
Decent
more
sized
full-size.
fridge. Yep.
Yeah, with a freezer, nice big freezer up here.
And then up top is a microwave convection, because you notice
Okay.
there's not an oven.
Right.
Because and these are 25 foot long, so you have to conserve space wherever you can, but add storage wherever you can. So
Okay.
you notice it is going to be a microwave and convection.
Yeah, convection. Okay, very nice.
So, but we walked kind of past it here, but you notice
Yeah.
how big the counter space is on this
Oh yeah.
floor plan.
Yeah.
So that's the benefit of the Murphy bed floor plan. With the bed stowing away, it gives you that much more kitchen space.
Right. Okay.
And then you look at the pantry size; it's just huge.
Yeah, full size.
Okay.
So over here you've got like a you've got a big what is this, like a sunroof kind of
Yeah,
thing
it's a
going on
sunroof.
here?
Yep, exactly.
Okay,
So
if you want to get light in.
yeah, it's a power sunroof as well. So
Oh, okay. You can
right,
open it.
so you can lift it up, and then we have the screen here, so you can keep any kind of bugs
Keep
or
things
anything
from
else
flying
out.
Yeah.
And then if it's too warm and the sun's beating in, you got
Yeah,
a
close
sunshade
it
as
up.
well. So
Okay.
it kind of a dual purpose.
So
thing.
how do you guys go about? So since obviously you have a lot of control over this this part of it, how do you go about insulation? What kind of insulation are we dealing with here?
Sure. I mean, we're going to use the block foam insulation in the walls.
Okay.
And that's something we really didn't talk about is the construction.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing we try to do is obviously on the inside, we tout hardwood cabinetry, but it's on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
One thing we try to do is keep wood out of the sidewalls, out of the floor, out of the roof. And we've really accomplished that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So when it comes to insulation, like I said block foam insulation, but it's going to be a vacuum bond laminated wall. We've vacuum bond the roof, the floors, the slide room boxes. If you notice on some slide room boxes, you go to the sidewalls and hit it, and it's just wobbly
Sounds
fiberglass,
tinny,
just hung, right?
Yeah.
And we vacuum bond everything.
Okay.
And where we put wood in limited places are kind of connection points where you need that secure, where you're bolting things together or whatnot. So,
Okay.
but our exterior is a product called Vitrocina. It's a thicker fiberglass, so you
Okay.
don't need to use a Luan backer or anything like that.
Okay.
And then on the inside, instead of a Luan wallboard, we're using Asdale, okay, which is a man-made material. You know, it's not mold, it's waterproof,
Oh, I see.
all
Okay.
that kind of stuff. So it's
Yeah.
it's not where Luan is a
Yeah.
wood, right? And
Yeah. So
you have
some
that
modern
issue.
technology in the
Modern
building
technology,
here.
absolutely.
So right now we're not running the AC, right?
No, we're not.
Yeah. So we're just running the max fan, and it
Just the max
sounds like
fan.
it's on low.
Yeah, we do,
Yeah.
and we have, and it's a rain sensor fan. So also, if it starts raining,
Close.
right, it'll
Yeah.
close up on you. Yeah.
Very cool. And so what about the AC that you guys have here?
Yeah, we're gonna have a AC with heat pump.
Okay.
Okay, which is nice. So if it's like here, I've worked a few shows down here, and it should be in the 70s and 80s, and we're coming into 45, 50 degree weather.
Right.
Right.
Florida's a little weird lately.
Exactly. So we'll use the heat pump in the AC, and it just
Okay.
will help take the crispness out of the air, and then. If it drops even lower, then the furnace will kick on if you need it. But
Okay,
you know,
nice.
it's just a nice feature to have. Run off electricity, and you're good to go.
So that brings me to like power on this. Is there a generator, solar
Yeah,
panels?
yeah.
What do you guys have going on?
Yeah, so basically this comes standard with a 3600 LP generator.
Okay.
Also has the auto gen start, and what's nice about the auto gen start is that there's 3 parameters that kicks your generator on. It's time of day. You know, you can have it set for turn off a certain time of day, turn on a certain time of day. Temperature inside the unit. So you know, if you have your dog or cat
Yeah.
or whatnot, and it
So
gets
you
up
don't
to-
have to worry about
right,
it
if
if
it's
you're not
78
home or
degrees,
something.
boom, generator
kick
kicks
in.
on, AC kicks on, boom, you're cooling down the units, you're good to
Okay.
go.
And it's
then
propane power.
It's propane power. We
Okay.
do have an optional diesel generator,
Right.
but on our Villagio, because we have such a large propane tank, 20.3 gallon,
Yeah.
we go ahead and do an LP
And
generator
propane
on
is
here most
efficient.
times. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
for
and-
sure.
and easy to find. We've got tons of that here. Okay, so let's go into the bathroom here. Full-size bathroom. I'll let Lola come in and take a look. Looks like there's a lot of cabinetry
I'll let
and
Lola
storage
get
and stuff.
in there.
Yeah, and
I'll talk
open-
from out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically we have a full one-piece surround in the shower. Really nice. Looks I think pretty, right? We also have the curved shower door. So it just gives guys my size a little extra elbow room.
Right, I like it.
I don't need to spray down and suds up the
Yeah.
sidewall and spin around to wash off, right?
So how big is the tank for this? Like how long could you take a hot shower in this?
Yeah, I mean it's a 6-gallon water.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
well, it just depends. You guys have to work
Yeah, you
nice,
gotta,
right?
Yeah, you gotta use your 6 gallons wisely. still.
exactly.
So, okay.
Exactly. So
All right, but
I'm
you,
gonna
but you get to have a full shower, and it looks like there's a big max air fan in here also.
There is, right, and the rain sensor. I'm gonna open up this our wardrobe, just a massive wardrobe.
huge.
Okay.
Okay, Lola, that's not what I want you to hear you say in there. Door closed.
The wardrobe is a
Huge.
decent size.
And what's nice is you see that's where we store the dining room table.
I see that.
Against the wall, and it snaps in place, so it's up out of the way. It doesn't
Right.
interfere with anything. And then your fresh water tank will be in here as well.
Okay, on the bottom there.
Yep, down there, and then your low point drain will be there as well.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Yeah, I gotta see what's going on, you know.
Yeah, I'll step out.
That was, you know, that was weird, you know.
Oh, just come on in.
Came in the bathroom here. No, I'm just kidding. No, this is actually here. Let me
Close the
see.
door. Open that cabinet.
Oh wow, this is.
It's massive.
Yeah, I don't want to say the same thing Lola said, but you know.
There you go.
Obviously, that's what she said. There's a big table in here, nice big closet. That's great, actually. Pretty good. And I like the fact that there's a mirror on this door. Not a full-size mirror, obviously, but big enough that you could,
You can get
you know, you
dressed
can
in
see how
front
you're
of it.
dressed. Yeah, you can see how you're dressed, comb your hair, and stuff like that. Very nice.
All right, and on the inside, we talked about how we were able to integrate our side cameras that are on the outermost part of the unit on the mirrors. We were able to integrate it into the Mercedes MBUX system. So I wanted to show you that, you know, where it's located, and it just goes right down the side. While we're here, I'll talk about also the our Sickens automotive paint that we use. We do a 3-coat of clear coat on the front. Obviously, it's going to get the most wear and tear. And then we do 2 coats on the rest of the unit, and then we do a cut and buff in between each coat, so it gives you a nice smooth feel. But we don't put any decals. It's even the Villagio name and the Renegade name is all painted on.
Oh, great.
Okay, so
Okay.
it's just pretty cool.
Very good.
All right, and as we talked about the stairs going in, you know, it's just there's just no movement, right? Where a lot of our competitors use the same step, but there's a lot of drop when you're stepping on it. So there's a lot more stability because of how we build everything. Here we got the LP Quick Connect. So if you notice, most of our competition will have the LP Quick Connect hanging out the bottom of their unit, right? Just hanging down, could get knocked off with debris or damaged or whatnot. We go ahead and take it the extra step at Renegade, and we go ahead and put it behind a compartment door. Okay, and they just really think things through, because we work in RV shows. We're like, well, why would you put it this way when going down the road the wind's going to blow it open? And they said, well, you use it when you're camping, and if you have it hinged this way, you shut the door, you snap it off. So they had an answer, they thought it through, and we're like, okay, engineering wise, it probably made more sense to do it their way. Okay, so it's just the way they do things. I want to talk to you also.
Are these power outlets right here?
Yeah, this is we prep right here for the outside entertainment.
Yeah, okay.
So
that's
there's back,
cable line.
there's backer in the wall, so you can put a bracket on here, hook up a TV, and all the hookups are down below. So I want to talk about also, obviously we talked about construction while we're on the inside, but one thing I really want to talk about is our doors. We build these in-house. We actually laminate them in-house at our factory. So we have complete control of our quality control, okay? Overdo the hinges, everything else, but you notice the doors open sideways. Most of our competitors open straight up. So then you're crawling under a door to get in there, where this is open for you to easily get in. The nice thing about it also is, you hear a slam latch baggage door, you don't have to slam ours. So just the heavy duty equipment that we use, okay? And then
This looks like your heater, and you've got more power outlets here. And this is also part of the heater.
a refrigerator.
Oh, this
there.
is part of the
venting
domatic.
for the refrigerator.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. Okay, cool.
Exactly. So then we talked
generator.
we talked about the generator. Yeah, right. We talked about the generator on the inside.
3600 LP.
So it's a 3600
Right.
LP. We do offer a 3200 watt diesel generator as well by Onan. So you have both available to you, but this is what's standard on the Villagio.
Yeah, I think
Okay, and it does,
good,
it
right?
does,
It's
it kills it.
clean.
It does a great
It's
job.
powerful.
And it also in the Villagio, we can see it. Well, if we can get to the other side, we have a 20.3 gallon LP tank. So you have plenty of LP.
For a while.
I think it makes a lot of sense to go with the LP generator.
Yeah.
For sure.
Nice big awning out here, lit up. Right.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you notice we have a third arm because of the length. We use, we kept talking about full wall slide. Well, this is a full wall awning, right? So it's power. It's a lateral arm, so you don't have arms coming down and then connecting this way, and you bang your head on it as you're walking through. It's just well
Probably
done.
could take a little bit more wind. But I'm sure
Yeah,
it closes.
yeah,
and
it
stuff
does,
like
and
that.
then it has the wind sensor, so it does shut if there's a big wind.
Very
so
nice.
good
What
to
kind of
go.
storage do we have back
Yeah,
here?
well, we talked about over here. There's big storage there, and then your storage here as well.
Oh, okay.
And that's the generator.
That's the generator,
Yep,
right?
Yep.
So this goes all the way through?
It does not.
Okay.
Yeah, because you have the rails of the chassis in
Oh,
there.
right. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, I see. Okay, it's still deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. So, and like I said, on the inside, we already talked about the construction of it. You know, we got the rear camera back here as well. Here's something that's really cool.
This is the slide out.
This is our slide out. It's 36-inch deep. So in the category that we're in, we have the deepest slide out. Because of it, we went with a third rail on here. So it just makes sure for a smooth transition in and out. Just again, a little bit of overkill, but that's the Renegade way.
Hey, I like it.
Right?
Overkill, that's my name.
Here's something else that we have. Is I really like this here. It's funny, it says water main here, right? We have, you've heard of laser jets. This is a water jet that we have in our factory, and we actually use water to cut in all the labels.
That's nice.
So instead of worrying about, oh, is it the gray tank or black tank, the label fell off. You're never gonna miss
That'll
out
live
on
forever.
That. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. So then you have the
and that looks powder coated over too, or something, right? Yeah.
Yep. So that's pretty cool. You know,
that's nice.
I went to training the other day, and I had a lot of questions about the spigot. They're like, one, is that how you spell it? And then two, what's it for? And basically, that's going to be a water spigot from your fresh water tank. So you turn the pump on, and you can use. So that's one way you could drain your fresh water tank. But also, if you need to hook a hose up and get 30 feet away, you can't get your outside shower to stretch that far. You can just use the fresh water tank.
Makes sense.
So, yeah.
Okay, very cool.
Okay.
Yeah, here's all your plumbing stuff.
Yeah, there's your plumbing, your drain. You got sewer hose storage right there as well.
And more storage. Oh, this is the tank.
This is where we put
That's
our
a big
LP tank. Yeah. But that's huge.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why it makes so much sense on the Villagio to go with the LP generator.
Yeah, how long are these tanks lasting before people have to fill them?
100% depends on how they use them.
Usage,
it depends on if they're using their generator, if they're using a refrigerator on it, how often are they using their oven or their range tops, things like that. So I really couldn't give you a number on that. Yeah, that one's gonna last a long time.
Yeah, your mileage will vary.
For sure.
And then there's another storage.
Yeah, so in here, this is where your batteries, your 210 amp hour AMG batteries are. And then we also have our 1200 watt inverter in here as well. So I wouldn't necessarily call it a storage compartment, because you don't want things sliding around, hitting wires, all that good stuff.
Yeah,
but
you don't really want to mess with it. But it makes it easy to maintain it.
Right, that's where your nuts and bolts are, right there. Yep. And again, because it's not a door that swings up, it comes out here past your slide. It's just easy to shut, right? So, but yeah, that's...
There you go, that's all the way around. And I'm guessing this is your fuel tank?
That's your fuel tank. Obviously, you have to open the door to open it.
Is this gas or diesel engine?
It's diesel engine.
Diesel engine, okay, cool.
And then one thing we did not talk about is the roof. It is a one-piece fiberglass roof on here.
Is there storage? Is there storage up there? Can you walk on that?
It's fully a walkable roof.
Okay.
It just doesn't have a storage rack or anything. We try to put the least amount of holes as possible in our roofs. But
so you don't recommend people do that either, obviously.
We normally don't. I mean, I'm sure there's things out there in the aftermarket that they can use, but when it comes to us from the factory, we don't recommend bolting something else to the roof, with the exception of maybe solar panels or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
but you can glue those down nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. One thing that we do differently than any other company I've worked for is wherever we have the seams, instead of just putting like silicone glue down, we actually use a silicone tape, and we actually roll silicone tape down that's real thick or real wide, and then we go around and seal the outside of that. So I mean, we just, again, go above and beyond to make sure things are taken care of.
Yeah, nothing leaks.
Yep.
It's great. It's very cool. And it kind of, am I mistaken, has its own little awning type of thing that's coming out.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's something, I'm glad you pointed that out, and I keep looking down. But you've got a slide topper on ours, and that's standard on all of ours.
Okay, so that helps keep the sun off of it,
well, it keeps the sun off,
tear.
but most importantly, it keeps debris off of it.
Okay.
And, like
so
snow
nothing's
and
there when it's
everything
going
else.
back in, and you hear some rocks scratching.
Right, exactly.
Okay, got it.
so you don't have to climb up there because the stuff will just roll off as you're bringing it in and stuff.
Understood. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, you'll get acorns or something like that.
Absolutely.
Where you park. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, price-wise here, what are we looking at for something like this?
Yeah, we're looking at sitting here on the wall. I think they have it at 134.9 as the show price. MSRP 146.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, really a good deal.
Absolutely.
At any time versus like a Class B. You could get Class Bs like around 80 to 90. You could start there, and you could go all the way up to 200, depending on what you get out of it. So if you wanted a little bit more room, you wanted more space to live in, you can get more for your money. What you're losing out on with the Class B is you don't have this thing that just looks like a van,
right?
And you could drive it around. But this is pretty much just
close.
as easy to drive,
yeah.
right?
Very much so.
Yeah, because it's just a van but with a box.
Yeah, I feel like I'm driving an SUV when I'm driving it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So So speaking of that, is this rear wheel drive? Do you get 4x4 on these? How does that work?
I would have to double check on that.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm relatively new to it. So.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll look into that. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Good thing to figure out whether or not you guys have those options. And then before we go out, so if probably Lola will run into the other ones, what's the difference with the floor plan inside with the other two that you guys have?
Like I said, the one that's Ketty corner over there is the same exact floor plan from the dash all the way back. The only difference is from here up, there's a bed there rather than the cabinets.
Right.
That's the only difference, right?
Okay.
The other floor plan right in front of here is going to be that full wall slide that I talked about. So since the slide goes all the way to the back, the bathroom shifts over to the side, which kind of shrinks the kitchen down a little bit, but you're going to...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's your preference.
Right.
It is preference.
Absolutely. So finally here, you can get this from Sunshine State RV, right?
Absolutely.
I think I've seen a few of these up there. Because it's in, they deal with Class Bs only, but since this is in that B plus category, right, you can get these through a place like Sunshine State RV. And then there's a lot of other places.
Yeah, instead of turning someone away who's looking for a Class C, that's that next step up for them. So it just makes a lot of sense for them to carry it, and they're just a powerhouse when it comes to the B vans.
Absolutely.
They just do such a great job, so they're trusted, and so they know
Nick didn't pay him to say any of this.
No, and if they so customers know if they're carrying the product, it must be a good product.
Absolutely.
Right? And it's just very, very well built and fits into their arsenal very well.
Yeah, just to wrap it up, I mean, me looking at it, so I would tell you guys, honestly, I'm glad that we have the van because I was looking for that smaller footprint that I could just sneak in places, and it doesn't look like an RV, but at the same time, I see there's tremendous value in something like this. If you need more space, if you have a bigger family, you guys want to get out, you want to do it more easily. A lot of people, for example, getting into RVs for the first time, instead of getting a big RV, you can get this. It's just as easy as the van to drive, and you have more space and room and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's great that you said that because I've worked in the industry almost 20 years, and I've seen people make that mistake. I got an RV, I'm gonna go buy a 40-footer. Well, then all of a sudden a year later they're like, I'm trying to downsize into a B van, right?
Yeah.
They just realized it was just too much for them, or they didn't think about where do I park it, where do I store it, all that good stuff.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of things to think about in this vault. This is 25.5 feet.
Yeah.
It'll fit in most driveways. You're good to go.
Absolutely. So, and you guys aren't doing pure lithium yet, right? Because I know that's like the in thing right now.
Right. That's a good question, and I kind of bypassed that question earlier when you asked, right? But it's that is coming on our 2022 models.
2022.
Okay. So we're gonna have a 2,000 watt inverter. That's a hybrid inverter that can be used with the AGM batteries or with the lithium batteries. So it's gonna be a nice, go with, if you want to pay the money for the lithium, you have the need for the lithium. That's
gonna be, there's gonna be some money involved just in the batteries alone.
So,
absolutely.
And this is prep for a solar panel as well, so you're good to go there.
So you can do all of that. Okay, awesome, Jim. Thanks so much for sharing that with us. If you guys have any questions, leave them here. We'll get Jim and the other folks at Renegade RV to answer your questions if you have them. Thanks for watching this. Make sure you guys leave your comments, subscribe to the channel here so you know when we post videos, smash the thumbs ups. Thanks to Lola for handling the camera for us. We're out of here. Peace.